Hello and welcome back to my second episode of my Sunderland save on Football Manager 2018. We last met with the 1-0 defeat at Derby at the opening day of the season. It wasn't very good, but luckily our fortunes have definitely turned around. We followed that up with a 3-1 win against Walsall in the Carabao Cup. Our new German striker Pascal Kopke scored a goal, Aidan McGeady and Tyus Browning completing the 3 goals for us. We then played Norwich next in the Championship and we beat them 1-0. A goal through our new signing, Max Christiansen, who'd made his debut against Walsall, but this was his first league game and he got a goal. Our next game was against Sheffield Wednesday. We won 2-0. Max Christiansen actually got himself sent off in this game, so it was a very mixed start for him, let's say, but he's definitely picked it up now going forwards. Aidan McGeady with a couple of goals there. We drew 2-2 against Leeds at home. This one was a little bit disappointing because we were ahead 1-0, but then we ended up getting beat 2-1, but Cal McManaman saved us in the 51st minute and got us to the draw. Next up was against Barnsley. Our new young defender, Luis Philippe, got a goal and Pascal Kopke got himself another. He started off quite slowly. He was a bit in and out of games, but he's definitely coming into his own now. Next game up against Sheffield United. Again, another 3-0 win. Absolutely brilliant. Our home form's been particularly pleasing the start of this season. Next up was against Forest. We absolutely smashed Forest. Duncan Watmore, I believe this was his first game back and he's come back in and he's performing absolutely brilliantly. I'm glad to have him back. It's just having his pace. Absolutely rips defenders apart in the Championship, and I think he'll be our best player come the end of the season. Then we've got Hull. We beat them 3-0 away. This was a really good result. Again, Kopke getting on the sheet. Aidan McGeady, Max Christiansen. You'll start to say them names a lot because I think they're our best players. We had Spurs in the Carabao Cup third round. We actually played really well in this game. I thought we deserved a little bit better, but it's Spurs. They were always going to beat us. We're not good enough to start taking on Premiership opposition at the minute. And now my last game was against Cardiff at home. Pascal Kopke got himself a hat-trick. We'll take a quick look at this one because he performed particularly well. He scored 3 goals, 3 key passes, 2 chances created. You can't ask anything more from your lone striker. You'll see that Duncan Watmore got 2 of the assists, 4 chances created and 4 key passes. He really has turned this side around since he's come back in. So today we're going to play Ipswich. We'll see how we get on from there. Now quickly, just to wrap this up, I've got a couple of more transfers to speak about. So we ended up getting Alex Muniz on loan from Sevilla. Centre back, left wing back. He's great cover. And it has been needed at left wing back because Francisco Varela got a 3-month injury. Typical. But he's slotted in well and he's playing alright. And we also got in Josh Cullen. Now, the reason we got Josh Cullen in was because we sold Darren Gibson to our Rangers for 1.4 million, which I thought was a good bit of business. Billy Jones did end up going to Wolves after the deal fell through with his injury. It was 2.1 million rather than the 2.6 we were going to get, but the main thing with these guys was to get them off the wage bill. They were injury prone. I wasn't going to use them, so getting them off the wage bill was handy. Redden came in late on with an offer for Lee Cattermole. They were paying half his wages, and to be honest with you, he was causing unrest in the dressing room when some of the bigger players were getting sold. I didn't want him around the club, and even though it's only half his wages, that's still £15,000 a week we're saving. So I was happy with that, and with Josh Cullen coming in, I believe he's better than them. He's obviously got more potential, and he's slotted in quite nicely because unfortunately one of our other new signings, Bassi, got himself injured. He's been out for a little while now. He's returning in 6 days, 2 weeks, so shouldn't be too long before he's back, but he might struggle to get back into this side because it's performing so well. And after the run of fixtures I've told you about, we're currently sitting top of the table with Derby in at second and Wolves in a third. Now, I'm not expecting us to win this league. We're performing really well at the minute, so maybe there is a chance, but with the players, particularly the likes of Wolves have got, I would expect us to start slipping pretty soon. But I'm quietly confident we might get automatic promotion at this point because the system seems to be working okay. Duncan Watmore's back, which is the biggest thing for me. And the new players that we have signed have come in. They are doing the job. So hopefully we'll be able to push for them automatic promotion spots. So we're at match day. In goal, we're going to start with Rowan Reiter. At the back, who we're going with? Go Paddy McNair, Luis Philippe. Hold on, who have we got? So Steve Moreira will be right wing back. So that means Tyus Brown can come in and play centre back. Tyus Brown's been covering for right wing back while Steve Moreira's either been lacking conditioning or suspended. Alex Muniz, he'll be our left wing back. Francisco Varela still out for another 4 weeks to 2 months. As you can see, it's a broken ankle injury, so he's going to be out for a long time, which is a shame for the lad. He's only young, 22. He's coming here. He's still got potential, but it's a rough injury to come back from. But I'll be getting him back in the side once he's back. Centre midfield, as you can see, Josh Cullen's currently rated our highest best player for box-to-box midfielder, so why not use him? And then for Mazzala, Max Christiansen. Now, he's not great at Mazzala. He's not really the attacking kind of player. But Josh Cullen's been playing really well at box-to-box, so to accommodate Josh, I'm playing Max there. Right wing, it's going to be Callum No, it's not. It's not going to be Callum McManaman because I want Duncan Watmore there. Duncan Watmore, Aidan McGeady on the left, and Kopke up front on his own. As I said, Kopke did start slowly for us. A lot of times when I was picking my side and I was asking my assistant, he was putting in Ashley Fletcher in above him. That's how he was getting rated. But now, he's certainly settled down now with a 7.42 average rating and 9 goals so far this season's very good. So we'll get into the match. So we'll kick off against Ipswich. Ipswich are in mid-table so far, but they do have a half-decent side with good players. Dominic Iorfa, I always recognise the really fast English right-back who plays for Wolves usually, but he's on loan. But we should be getting I would expect at least a draw here. So the early chance looks like it's coming to them with Garner up front. Connolly, Ward, Selena. Nice split. See, that's the nice thing about having 3 centre-halves. The coverage you get, one's able to step up without getting caught out of position, so it's really nice. What more? McGeady. There's a goal. McGeady's been doing that for us a lot this season. He's been cutting in off that left-hand side, and he's just mopping up all the chances that Watmore and Kopke are either not putting away or it's just coming to him on the other side. So as you can see, he's cutting inside on that right foot, and that's what you expect of him 1-0. We're just breaking from their corner here. Watmore over to McGeady. That's what I want. Them two are really linking up quite nicely. I think I said in my Derby video that my wingers would have to sort of pick up the brunt because you can't expect your lone striker to be getting all the goals, but Watmore and McGeady have been linking up quite well. So another goal for McGeady and an assist for Watmore. And it looks like it's going to go in half time. The only 2 highlights I've seen so far this match have been the 2 goals, so but I'll take that all day. Half time. Well done, boys. Get them in. Good performance. Let's G them up a bit. One of the big things at Sunderland is the dressing room atmosphere is terrible when you first take over. So I take every single opportunity I can to sort of praise them and just trying to get their happiness up, basically. First highlight of the second half. Ipswich have the ball in midfield. Hopefully we can defend this well. Got pushed out a bit too much there. But are we going to break with Watmore? No. Oh, McGeady. Oh, see, sloppy. You always know on Football Manager when they go outside your keeper, they're going to slot it in round. That was sloppy from us. I'm going to take us off attacking to standard. Let's see if we can see out this game, maybe nick another goal, but I think our defence got pulled apart a bit too much there. Whereas we're usually winning them balls and then getting the ball up front, you know, but oh my god. Direct free kick. How often do you say that on Footy Manager? Right, I should arguably be doing better. If I had the money, I would have been looking for a different keeper because the 2 that we've got they're not really good enough, Robin Wright or Jason Steele. But we'll see what happens with the rest of this game. Herrera on the ball to Kopke. This is where I don't want him. He's too deep. Oh, what more? Now, I know I've been singing Watmore's praises since I started this video, but one of the things about him is he's not technically gifted. He does miss quite a few chances. But we'll get some fresh legs on, see if we can nick this game in the final 15. Well done, Tyus Brown and Kopke. He's on the... We're closing them down well, I think. We're containing them, but it looks like they might be getting a chance here later on. Close. Very close. Penalty. Penalty. I just don't think my team like live. Oh! Reiter with a save, just as I was criticising him before. Listen. Kick the ball out. We'll tap the draw at this point. The momentum definitely swung towards Ipswich in this second half. Oh, free kick. Later on? Nah, this is not anything. Not anything, surely. Reiter claims the ball. That'll be full time. We'll take the two. I'm disappointed because we were 2-0 up. But with them having a penalty in the 92nd minute, being away from home, arguably we were better on stats, but second half it was all them really. So, but we'll take that. So after that game, we're still top. Derby and Wolves must have either drew or got beat. There's some of the stats. Aidan McGeady's second on the highest average rating. Duncan Watmore's got the most assists in the league. Robin Reiter with the most clean sheets in the league, tied with Scott Carson. We're always going to be on the yellow cards tables, but I want to see Kopke in here, getting himself some more goals. Next time I meet us, it might be a while away yet. We'll see. But I'm happy with how things are going. And if we continue like this, there's no reason why we shouldn't get automatic promotion. So until next time, see ya.